Here's some thoughts about electric fence for goats. This would be temporary electric fence. So let me give you some positive and negative type stuff. These white step-in posts, these are the expensive ones everyone loves, and they're great and they don't break. Here's the problem. In this setting where I'm at, out in brush, and it's very rocky, and right now it's really dry, you can't step those in. So you've probably seen some videos of people out in an open pasture with great looking grass, just walking through, stepping them in. I'm sure that works in that situation. In this situation, it does not. So what I have to do in this situation is I'll take a spike, like a landscape nail, 8 or so inches long, drive it into the ground, then yank it out and put this in the hole where it was. Otherwise, you know, trying to like drive on that foot and it breaks it off. These are nice posts. It just doesn't work great in this situation. I'm doing 3-strand here. So if you're familiar with these posts, you can figure out the height of that. I would guess 12, 20, and maybe 26 inches or something like that, 28 or something on the top. I have done this with 2 wires. In this case, this is one of the first pins of the season since stuff started to green up, so I'm just reminding them it's just another wire that's visually there. 2 usually works fine, especially if they're already trained, in my experience with goats. 1, I've not tried 1. I don't think I'd have much luck with that. What goats will do is they'll graze right up underneath the edge of this, turn their head sideways and reach up underneath that, and then once in a while their horn or something will catch that and they yank, and then they've yanked your whole fence out. So you got to keep it low enough to the ground. They're not tempted to reach under it too far. They just push the limits more than cattle will do, and I don't have much experience with sheep, but definitely goats push the limits more than cattle. But anyway, this will work for goats pretty well in my experience. I also have some of the steel step-in posts, the pigtails. I like those in different applications, but like for this, you'd end up putting a bunch of insulators on them. But I'll show you kind of what I've used them for. I got this 3-strand here, and then when I get to my corner post here, I'm running that 1 strand back up to a permanent electric fence up there. That's a steel wire. Let's see here, I've got one of these pigtail posts. These work good for cattle. You know, it's kind of the right height. Probably people that do this for cattle, they might use these. You can step them in. I like them because they're metal. They work better in my situation. If you do hit a rock, you can tap on that a little bit and drive it in. And I've got some I've put insulators on, like halfway up to put 2 wires, but for goats, it's not the right setup. What I did buy, you can see this running on up there to there's a permanent electric fence up there. Anyhow, what I did buy and I'm going to try is some fiberglass rod posts and some metal clips. So I'll make another video sometime and tell you how, in my opinion, that works compared to these plastic step-ins in a rocky soil. But anyway, electric works pretty good, in my opinion, for goats. Once they understand what's going on, especially if it's hot. If it's not hot or questionable, they won't respect it. But once they understand what's happening, they usually respect it pretty well in my experience. So there's some thoughts. Feel free to leave a comment if you have a differing opinion or differing experiences. Thanks for watching.